Nigerians, wherever you are all over the world, and the people of Africa at large, let me say this. This Tinubu newly found romance with France and Emmanuel Macron. Let's hope it doesn't lead us as a country, I mean Nigeria, into a place we would not have wanted to be. Because I don't know where this relationship come from. French, we are not of the French colony. And I don't know how Tinubu and Emmanuel Macron became best of friends. Yes, they are both president, but not president of the same scale. You get the point. Francophone countries that are of French colony, they are all running away from France. Majority of them is gone. You get the point now. There are reasons why they are running away. When a child is running away from their father, he simply tells you so many bad things about the father. And it is now Tinubu is imprisoning France. I don't know whatever relationship Tinubu have with France, but whatever it may be, sir, please do it on a personal term. Take Nigeria out of it. Because this embarrassment gets too much by the day. You understand? What on earth was the Nigerian military aircraft and whatever it is looking for at the alliance of the Sahel states? What were they doing there? Now, just imagine the embarrassment now. You see in the news now. It says Burkina Faso seized Nigerian military aircraft. Did you see it? And have detained, okay, let me just read it exactly as it is. It said Burkina Faso detained 11 Nigerian military officers, seized Air Force C-130 after unauthorized airspace entry. What on earth is Nigerian military and their aircraft doing in the airspace of the Sahel? The alliance of Sahel states, Nigeria, with their alliance, with their romance with France, has described, or should I say, declared themselves as an enemy to those breaking away from France. Yes, that's exactly what it is. The other day, Benin attempted a coup. Perhaps they have their reason. Nigeria went to interfere. Now, you have been caught in Burkina Faso airspace unauthorized. Imagine Nigeria, 11 military men detained in another country. A country that was once referred to as the giant of Africa. How have we gotten here as a people? How have we gotten here? I've read from other sources trying to counter or condemn the act. Burkina Faso is looking for trouble. Hey, they have no right. Says who? They quoted the international law guiding the airspace. They have the right to their airspace, and Nigeria have become a threat to these Sahel states. You get the point now? So there is no way you will see an aircraft of your enemy in your territory and you will not take action. Now let Nigeria go and prove what they were doing there. What were you doing there? A country that cannot fight Boko Haram in their own house. The other day it was Benin, now it's Burkina Faso. Boko Haram is ravaging Nigeria, claiming territory as the day passes. You can't do anything about it. Rather, you giving Nigeria constant embarrassment publicly. You don't go and think of how you will get your soldiers and your aircraft away from Burkina Faso. Shame. What a shame. The day Nigeria allowed APC to get into power, that's the day we embarrassed ourselves. And you see, Ibrahim Traore, no matter how much you paint him, he is that head of state, he is that leader that Tinubu can never be. Tinubu's style of leadership is raising men, bringing up men, loyalists, making men become bigger than the institution, making individuals more powerful than the system. That is a stupid and nonsense kind of leadership. Burkina Faso has a real leader in Ibrahim Traore, trying to project Burkina Faso, not some powerful individuals. Put Burkina Faso high on the map. You get the point now. Whenever you look at America president, most especially this current one, Donald Trump, you always hear America first, not Donald Trump first. But when it comes to Nigeria, it's all about Tinubu himself, his friends, and his family. And we think that's leadership. When people try to praise Tinubu, they don't know the meaning of leadership. Leadership is not when you elevate yourself or raise your friends and family. How high have you been able to take your nation, your immediate society? That should describe it. So please, my people, I don't know what you think about this embarrassing news. I think someone needs to talk to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The embarrassment is becoming too much by the day. They are embarrassing ourselves outside and they are acting drama with the kidnapped school children. Whether they release them, whether they pay ransom, or whether it was even staged, we don't know. Claiming they were... See, I don't want to go into detail on that because it can get me really, really mad. But meanwhile, on this one, Tinubu, please, one yo. Whatever you have with Emmanuel Macron, whatever agreement or price you are owing him, fix it on your own. Save our Nigerian name from the further embarrassment. Nigerian name has been shattered enough. Please, enough of doing more.
Turn our attention to reactions trailing the accusation leveled against Nigeria by the Confederation of Sahel States over the violation of Burkina Faso's airspace after a Nigerian Air Force aircraft carrying 11 people was forced to land in the country on Monday. In a video message, Mali's Minister of Security read out a statement by the Confederation of Sahel States condemning the violation of its airspace and the sovereignty of its member states. The Confederation described the incident as an unfriendly act carried out in defiance of international law and aviation rules and threatened to place its air and anti-aircraft defenses on maximum alert with authorization to neutralize any violating aircraft. It is made up of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, which formally exited ECOWAS in January following military coups and suspensions from the bloc. The Confederation says the Nigerian aircraft had an in-flight emergency in Burkina Faso's airspace and had to land, but the Nigerian plane had no authorization to fly over their territory. Now, 11 Nigerians are reportedly held in Burkina Faso, yet no official comment has come from the Nigerian Air Force or the federal government as we speak. I don't know if you have seen any official statement, yes, because that's what my producer is saying at this moment. So what's the official statement?
They say the airplane come up for here, now military airplane. This is a cargo airplane. We'll see everything. Come up for Nigeria. Whether it come out or they come back, we'll see everything for this class. But now, it dey Burkina Faso. They detain her for here. The thing come up for here. You can see this place, Benin Republic. They here. So some people that insinuate many things say, but recently Nigeria Air Force assisted Benin Republic to thwart a coup. So this is Benin, this is Burkina Faso. Wait up, we'll see for this class, okay? As you can see, these are all the Sahel states where Johan say they no want the ECOWAS again. They now call themselves AES. We'll see everything for this class, okay? Now they say this is the cargo plane according to the news. These remain, as you can see them, so you know they behind them now Puti. So why anybody they hear them? Now because of Puti. A small voice. So
all right, welcome back, people. And first of all, this is pathetic to see how Nigeria is reacting towards Africa and the West Africa. Because let's be realistic about this. Nigeria and the Burkina Faso has never had the best or good relationship. That's the first thing that you have to know. So whenever you see your enemy coming to your territory, you know, you must act. You must act. So the issue of Burkina Faso detaining the armies and the aircraft of Nigeria because it entered their space without authorities, then this is something that we don't have to speak or to condemn Burkina Faso, because this can happen to anybody. Today, your enemy cannot just come and visit your place without notification, without being allowed, and just like that, and just take it easy that way. First of all, let me tell you something today. Nigeria is becoming a threat to the West Africa. Today, Nigeria is not being taken as a government, but as a geopolitic project, which is being fueled by West to come and destroy and distract the governance of the Sahel region. Because I remember during the time Ibrahim Traore and his alliance in Sahel came out to take over the power in West African countries and form their own Sahel region after they withdrew from ECOWAS. By then, Nigerian President Tinubu was the then chairman of ECOWAS, and he promised the institution that he's going to make sure that he used his power to bring back all the military governments, all the people who have a fee from ECOWAS back to ECOWAS, because everyone has to work under the democracy, and they only recognize democratic leaders but not the military leaders. And he promised to bring back the military governments to civilians. So since that time, Ibrahim Traore and Tinubu of Nigeria has never have a good relationship. So today, this issue or this action of Nigerian aircraft just going or overlapping to the Burkina Faso airspace without authorities or authorization, this is something that is not allowed, and we cannot allow this. So,
if you think Burkina Faso detained a Nigerian jets and soldiers by accident, then you are missing the political behind the story. Stay with me because this did not start yesterday. Now let me explain what most people are avoiding. Before the incident, Nigeria already has taken a hard position against military government in the region. Nigeria openly opposed military rule in Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. Nigeria supported sanctions. Nigeria supported pressure through ECOWAS. Nigeria even backed the use of force if military juntas refused to return power to civilians. Burkina Faso knows this. Their leader have not forgotten it. So when a Nigerian military aircraft entered or landed in Burkina Faso's territory, this was not viewed in isolation. It was seen through the lens of past threat, pressure, and hostility towards military rule. This is why this became actually serious immediately. From Burkina Faso perspective, Nigeria is not just a neighbor. Nigeria is a leading ECOWAS power that openly rejects military democracy. So a Nigerian fighter jet in their space raises alarm. Is it intelligence gathering? Is it surveillance? Is it signal? Is it pressure? These are the questions Burkina Faso is asking.
The people who are coming out to speak or to give these statements, these are the Nigerians. Can you imagine this? These are the Nigerians, but they are feeling so pissed by their own government, by their own leader, Bola Tinubu, because they know that at this time, every country that has been colonized by France, every Francophone country is fighting to free itself from France. Every country that has been ever colonized by France are fighting to move out. That's why you see nobody today, no leader is still protecting his relationship with the French. And now French is trying to secure their position to Africa. And they are doing this through some leaders, through some puppet leaders who are still submitting to them. So when you see African leaders are distancing themselves from France, this means that these are the people who know. These are the people who have been living with these people. They have been together. They have been survived. So they know the reasons to why they are doing this. So today the people of Nigeria are so worried to see the relationship of their president with Emmanuel Macron or the French president, because they know well that these people have never meant well to them. These people have never been there for them. But they have been there to make sure that they keep them down so that they can continue doing their businesses and running their agendas in African countries. So today Nigeria is the only country that is being seen as a threat because it is the one that is being used to fight their own neighboring countries in West Africa.
If you go to Congo, they are not comfortable in Nigerians. If you go to Zimbabwe and Zambia, they are not comfortable in Nigerians. In fact, even a country that is close to Nigeria as Ghana have a problem with the Nigerians. There is a problem, there is a general trait that Nigerians have. There's a necessary aggression that other people don't find comfortable.
Why do you think there's seemingly an influx of Nigerians in most African countries?
Because their country, I think because of the terrorism effect that is going on in their country, and again because of the bulging population and the high rate of unemployment, so they are operating like Chinese. They are finding a way they can deposit their population. Unfortunately, they are depositing themselves with their Nigerian cultures, which do not fit in us. Even in Nairobi here, when you go to Kilimani here, we always see Nigerians opening, wanafungua bunduki, wanataka kupigana na the Kenyans. Those kind of things we have to make sure that they stop. If you go to Donholm, they are doing very crazy things with our ladies, and those are the things that in fact, even this week on Sunday, the police arrested 3 people. Some of them were Nigerians with fake money.
We've seen the other day during the coup attempt in Benin, Nigeria and Sierra Leone and Ghana. These are the countries which sent their troops to go and invade Nigeria and invade Benin. Because the reason being, today, the president of Benin is a puppet to Europe. He's a puppet to France. And the people or the group of military juniors who are trying to overthrow the government are the people, these are the group of military who are not supporting the government because they know all that the government is doing against their people. So during this period, you know what happened? Emmanuel Macron was bombing and sending African countries, the neighboring countries, to go and fight Benin because this coup attempt was fueled by citizens. They're the one who are supporting this coup to happen because this leader is a submissive leader to the Westerners, but he's doing nothing to his people. So Emmanuel Macron is fighting Africa through ECOWAS. And at this time, the Sierra Leone president is the one who is a chairman of ECOWAS, and he is the biggest enemy to Burkina Faso and Sahel leaders. So at this time, ECOWAS is being used by France to come and distract all these organized leadership or organized governments, because they know, France or Macron know, that if he allowed the coup to happen in Benin, then he is going to lose control over that country, because the president that is leading that country is his agent. It is his project. So he is benefiting from this country through this puppet leader. So that's why he came out to bomb the cities of Benin. So at this time, the question remains: what is that important that Bola Tinubu of Nigeria is getting or benefiting from the country of Europe or France, which is helping the country of Nigeria? Because at this time, when you take a look of these countries which are surrounded in West Africa, most of them are the poorest country in Africa, yet they are the one which has the strongest ties with Europe. Nigeria is one of the countries that once was the Africa's giant. Nigeria is the highest populated African country, and still today having the largest oil deposit, but at the same time being among the poorest country because of the corruption. The government of Nigeria today is a failed government. The government of Nigeria today is going to fight their neighboring countries while it has failed to protect their own people. We have seen in several occasions whereby the people of Nigeria has been killed. People have been killed by terrorists. It has failed to fight against Boko Haram. It has failed to fight against the people who are massacring the citizens of Nigeria. But at this time, they have the authority to go and fight other people, their neighbors. So at this time, we are fighting for the resistance of the imperialists in Africa. And at the same time, we are still having some leaders who are still working to give power to these imperialists. The country like Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, they are the stronghold to France today. So, as Africans, what are we going to do to prevent this to happen? Because of this time, first of all, Tinubu of Nigeria is a very old man. He has nothing good to give to this country. The citizens of the country of Nigeria are very, very poor. They're struggling to survive. But when you go through the history, Nigerian youths are very high in population, and they are very genius people. They have a lot of knowledge, but the government has failed to help them prosper or to do anything with their life. I remember once upon a time, Professor Pello Lumumba of Kenya said that the day Nigeria will wake up, Africa will be wake up. The day Nigeria will wake up, Africa will be awake. Why?
The day Nigeria gets it right, that is the day Africa wakes up. If Africa is going to realize the potential, the positive aspects of our culture must be given their pride of place. Those of you who are from Nigeria, I've said it times without number when I'm in Nigeria, whether I'm in Nasarawa or in Kaduna or in Anambra or in Bayelsa. I keep on saying the day Nigeria gets it right, that is the day Africa wakes up.
Because Nigeria is the country that is highly populated with the massive resources, with the well-educated people, whereby if this country can wake up and start to work towards their agenda, this means that only the country of Nigeria can control the entire Africa because they have the capability. But what is limiting this? The leadership, bad leadership, corruption, incompetence. Today, the country of Nigeria is being ranked as the poorest country in Africa. A country that once was the giant of Africa because it was well developed, rich, and had everything. So when they come out to say that their aircraft landed in Burkina Faso accidentally, it was heading to somewhere else, these are propaganda. And this aircraft was only loaded by militaries. Imagine today the military of 11 military of Nigeria being detained in Burkina Faso together with their aircraft. This is a disgrace. This is a disgrace, and we cannot continue supporting this. Nigeria is one of the country that today the president is all spreading positivity, is spreading democracy across Africa. These are the people who truly still believe that the only leadership that can help Africa is through democracy. But this democracy has been there for so long. If then democracy is the only way to go, why Nigeria be the poorest country? Why Nigeria people being killed every day when they have their own government, they have their own system, they have their own security system, which has failed to protect their own people, but they are able to go and fight their neighbors. They are ready to go and invade other countries while they have failed to protect their borders. They have failed. The people are dying under their hands, and they call themselves a democratic and the powerful country in Africa. So at this time, you know, today, anything that happens against Ibrahim Traore is not the one who is going to fight against you, but Africans are. Because at this time, Africans have put their hope in Ibrahim Traore leadership. Because he came out, he gave us an example, he showed us the way, and all that we are doing today, we are doing this because we have seen someone doing it. We are doing this, we are coming out to speak the truth, to speak boldly, to stand by the truth, because we have seen someone coming out, standing by his truth, and is doing. It is working. And the person is Ibrahim Traore. Today, the person that you cannot touch and Africans leave you safely is Ibrahim Traore. Because this is the leader who tried to show the interest of protecting his own country and the entire continent. This is the only leader who tried to show the sovereignty of fighting towards the agenda of the great leaders who died fighting for this great continent. Ibrahim Traore is the only leader who is being supported, who is being loved, who is being cheered across the world, not only in Burkina Faso, not only in Africa. Why? Because he's doing what the governance is supposed to be doing. Ibrahim Traore is the only leader today that is being protected by everyone across Africa. Because through him, we have seen the developed Africa, the independence Africa, and the free and united Africa. So, the country of Nigeria, together with the country of Ivory Coast, together with some countries which are doing their own things because they are being fueled by Europe, by France. Today, France is a desperate country because they have lost a lot. Today, a lot of things happen in that country. Today, they are not able to govern themselves. The people are out of control. Their government is bankrupt. So they are looking either way to make sure that they stabilize themselves. They stabilize the economy. And they can only do this through African support. They are only trying to find the way on how to come back to Africa so that they continue exploiting, looting, and taking African richness to go and develop themselves. Today, everyone in Africa is chasing or sending away the influence or resisting the influence of France, while Nigeria is the only country today among the countries which are still supporting and holding tight the ties with France. So, Nigeria president is discussing, and he's embarrassing and disgracing his people, because at this time, when you listen to the people who are coming out to address these issues, most of them are Nigerians, and they're so pissed off with their president because they're feeling like this relationship of President Tinubu and Emmanuel Macron of France, it is going to put them in a problem that they will never be able to get out or to free themselves from. So let's keep focusing, and at this time we are standing with Ibrahim Traore and Burkina Faso and Sahel region, because this is the only region today that has tried to show us a good example. Imagine 3 countries stood up, united themselves, and they brought an effect, an impact to the France, to entire Europe. Today, all that is happening in Europe, it all started in West Africa, and this is the way that we are going. Democracy is a smokescreen. Democracy is an illusion, and it never existed. So we are not standing by democracy no more anymore. Until next time, tell me about the comment section if you have ever come across all these statements, all these videos that are spreading across internet, how Nigeria is failing Africa, how Nigeria is discussing the people of Africa, and how Nigeria is being looked as a disgrace to Africa. Tell me your views. We are here to stand by Ibrahim Traore. We are here to stand against the imperialists. We are here to stand by the truth, and no one will come to brainwash Africans again. All that time has passed. We are here to achieve the agenda of African unity, and we must do it. Until next time, be blessed watching from. Consider subscribing, sharing, comment, and like so that you can continue connecting to the next episode. May you be blessed, and peace out.